Hello there, and here we are on the build video. So as you can see, all the parts are laid out behind me on the cabinet. I'm going to start putting them back together, but I'm going to be jumping between this camera and my smaller camera, doing a time lapse, putting all the parts together on the bench behind me, and then I'll come back over here and put them all on the cabinet and just build it. So I'm going to just switch over and I'll see you in a bit. Right, I couldn't find the other slide, and this one was being far too annoying, so I done it off camera. I do apologise if anybody actually wanted to watch me struggle. Maybe another time. We now need to get this bed into here, then spun round and up on there, so that we can get the bolt through the bottom after I've got these two moved up a bit, because they are kind of sitting over the bolt hole. So you can watch me struggle with this now. My word, this weighs a ton and a bit. Oh, that's probably just taking some paint off of it. Everywhere I seem to put this bed, stuff in the way and need not to be in the way. Right, let's just try this. mounted the motor. Bugger. Right, so my only concern now that I've got this in the correct place, it looks like it's straight. The only way I'm going to really tell is by moving this up there, and this right up there. Loosen that off first. Right, so that's not centered. But it's fine, 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 it's fine. I think all I need to do is loosen off tail support bolt. Take this round a wee bit. I mean, I've actually got the old tools that I can use to get the concentricity. Is that the word I'm looking for? Concentricity? Just make sure that these all line up. That looks about right, so let's tighten the tail support down again, and then that is that. Done. Right, so the tail support is tightened down. That's still centered. Yep. So that's fine. I'm glad I kept it. Now I just need to tighten these grub screws up, and I don't know how I'm going to do that without losing the center. You guys got any ideas? No? Same. The grub screws are underneath, so I need to lift it up regardless. So let's slide this. I need to oil that bed so that they'll move a lot easier. I mean, that one moves fine. It's the tail stock. It's really catchy. Right, let's need to lift that up. Lift this up. Now, actually, I'm going to have to slide these back along because I need to make sure that the centre stays, and that is not staying. No, that is not staying. Why is that not staying? That is completely off centre. I mean, it's not much, it's only a millimetre, but when you've got things spinning at the speeds that this spins at, which is about 1000 RPM, you kind of want it to be centred. Right, let's grab this hex key. How am I going to do this? How? I have no idea. I don't know. I wonder, could I actually get up? Oh, I could. Okay, so I can get up under there, even with the motor being there. Right, I'm going to pop this back into its holes then. You slide back. No, not because it's not going back into its holes. Right, let's just see if this is centered again. Yep, right, that's centered. So I should now be able to reach up. Oh god, this would have been so much easier if I hadn't put the motor on. I hope you're enjoying this. Where is it? There's one. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to manage this because that is very, very tight. Right, there is, I think it's one. So let's try. I apologise if the tongue comes out, but don't know why I tried to look up there. It's pitch black. I can't see a thing. Oh, actually, might shed some light on the subject. Take the pulley cover off. Is there? Oh, there is some light up there. Still can't see anything though. So yeah. The problem I've got is I can find the head of it, but I don't actually have enough space because this hole is not big enough. The hole for the belt is not big enough. Right, okay. I need a different plan. I'll be back in a minute. Apologise again, because that was also a pain in the bottom. What I had to do was essentially lift it all up, whilst I kept the tailstock right against that tip so that they were both centred, locked that in place so that I knew exactly where this headstock had to be, slid it all up to the end so that it was overhanging, made sure that it was centred as much as possible, tightened one up, slid it along a bit further, still making sure it was centred, and tightened the other one up. I'm going to take this off of here because I don't think that's the right one for that bit. I think it's the small one that I need for that one. So yeah, let's just double check this again, slide that right up there, lock it in place, and centred. Yep, centred, that will do. Oh my word, now I just have to get the bolts in. Right, so I'm going to get the bolts in, fix it all down, and I will be back in a second because you're not really going to see anything because it's underneath the cabinet, under that and the tail support, so there's no point in me keeping the camera on for that. So I will see you all in a minute or two once I'm finished with it. Right, that's the nuts put on the underside. It's all secured down. Cannot lift it up at all because it is secured down. I've also adjusted the motor so it's in line with this pulley. Let's make sure that still spins. That does still spin. Good. Right, now some of you might have noticed as I was putting it back together that I forgot to put the drive belt back on. There's a good reason for that. This is not the original drive belt and it was also too short. When I got this, the motor was at its highest point of adjustment, so I couldn't actually drop the motor down at all because this was too short. So, to remedy that, I've binned that and I bought an original style. I'm going to just wipe my hands off and get all this grease and oil off of them before I start touching that because I don't want that to get transferred over. But yes, I went out. Well, I didn't actually go out. I sat at the computer, popped on eBay, and I bought a link style belt. This is this is the type of belt that was originally fitted to it. Let's just undo this. Now I bought 2 meters because I read up that I need about 1.2, and they only sold it in meter lengths. So I need to figure out, well, not really figure out, just grab a measuring tape measure, and measure how long I need. So I'm going to just sit that there. And I've just sat that on the bed that's got oil on it. Well done. 1.2 meters. That is... oh, well, that's actually really handy. From the end up to the middle of the tail support. So, let us just take this from there, and we'll go maybe a little bit past it just to give myself some extra. So I need to take off all of these ones. So I need some pliers to twist out these locks. And I say twist out, it's really just taking them out. That's that tensioned. We'll pull that out. Oh, now that feels good. Now, shall we fire it up and see what happens? I will bring you closer. Although I probably should have plugged it in first, because there's the plug. Right, let's get this plugged in, and we'll switch it on and see what happens. Oh, look at that! Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, I'm so happy. You have no idea how happy I am. So, there it is, back together, working. As you saw in the last video, I done the electrics, got the motor mounted back on. I didn't show you the power box though. Let me just shift this old belt out of the way. So here, ignore the mess, here is the power box, freshly painted, covered in dust already, painted it black, tidied up the buttons. I can't even really get around to show you it because of my wood stash down there, but yeah, there we go, back together. Suppose we should get this stuff on here now as well, yeah? I mean, I do have plenty of scrap wood down here that I could use. Let me just see what I can find. Give me 2 seconds. Right, I've got my stuff on. Safety specs, dust mask. I bought myself a set of cheap chisels just to practice with because I've never turned wood before. Very warm in here. These safety specs are steaming up. But yeah, I've bought myself a set of cheap gouges and chisels, basically tools, just to practice with because, like I said, I've never turned before and I don't want to ruin or destroy the tools that I got with the lathe because they are actually quite good. I'm also going to use these to practice sharpening on. I mean, they are quite sharp just now, but let's see what I can do with this bit of wood here. Just a scrap bit of wood that I had lying about, so let's go. for my first attempt. That was terrible. That really, really was. These old tool bits, let's just slide that back. Yeah, this one here, I have to pop that out with something. Yeah, this bit here wasn't really gripping the wood, it was just acting like a Forstner bit. So I do have new ones underneath the cabinet, but I'm chuffed that it actually works. Like I said, this was just a piece of scrap wood, but hey, the lathe works. It looks fantastic. I love the colours, I really, really do. So I now need ideas for what to try turning as my first couple of projects. We need something easy. I'm going to bet that my girlfriend's got a few ideas, because Christmas is coming up and I'm pretty sure she wants me to do some snowmen or some small tree decorations. But we shall see. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.